And here we are, the city of Athlum.
We can waste no time in sniffing out the rats who kidnapped Arena. Toggle?
Rush, we have prepared a room for you within the castle. After your journey from Ulam Island, you must want to rest and recover from your presumably arduous journey.
So I just sit on my butt and do nothing? Yeah, right. I'll go find those guys myself.
Fine. Do as you like. But try not to do anything too foolish. We shouldn't let him have free run of the castle until we've verified his story. I'll get on it.
Okay, I'm going now. Hello?
If it's information you seek, there is a certain pub in Virtus Parish you might care to investigate.
Come to the castle if you need anything of us.
All right, I'm on it.
Okay, here we are, the city of Athlum, like I previously said just a few moments ago. Basically, how towns work are kind of something like this. Throughout every town, there are several locations where we can go to buy items. We can also go to a special goods store, and we can find some rare items and even some components and other things there too, as well as accessories. This is a customization shop. We can't actually use this right now, but this will come into play in just a little while. Also, here's the weapon vendor. And there are several weapons where we can actually... There are several weapons in which we have to choose from. Oh man, stupid controller. That's the thing with DS3 tools. Sometimes the computer kind of misregisters the analog sticks and just forces the cursor to go up no matter what for some stupid reason I have no clue. Also, excuse the change in my voice. This is actually a brand new recording session because, well, during the last recording session when I recorded part 1, frames actually dropped quite a bit throughout the video, and it mostly occurred in part 2, which really involved here, and yeah. It dropped into the single digits and overall just made the video, it just made it yucky. And that's not something that I really want, so yeah. I just figured I'd just say screw it, I'll just do it again, I'm not too far in, and I can get back very quickly too. Plus, I could probably explain a few things better, too. And also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but my allergies are going off. They have really been bothering me for the past few weeks. I don't know why, but they really have. Okay, next up, Town Square. Nothing really much here, but this will play a role a little bit later on. Here we can buy a couple of, components and other things which are used to create items and weapons and also shields and stuff like that. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Oops, wrong button. There we go, equipment. Okay, come on game, do what I tell you. Stop scrolling up. Now, getting to what I was saying, there are several wielding styles in which you can actually perform. There's the one-handed style, there's the power grip style, and the dual wield style. Each have their own benefits and also their disadvantages. Dual wield is it goes something like this. You gain another weapon for your offhand, which you would normally use for a shield if you're using the one-handed style, but in exchange of speed, you gain raw power, and you can deal devastating attacks, and yeah. Power Grip, same kind of ordeal. I think that actually comes towards like some of the most powerful weapons in the game, but in exchange, you move pretty slow too. This also affects your evasion speed too. This place is the Guild. The Guild is where we can go to hire different units to have them join our party and have a little fun. But of course we can't really use this place right now, as I learned during my last recording session. And the last wielding style is the one-handed style with a shield or without it. The one-handed style, you can deal attacks very quickly, but your attacks are pretty weak too. However, you know, whatever floats your boat, you're free to do what you please. Right now I'm going to concentrate on the dual wielding because I can. Right now we are in the pub. There are two variants of pubs throughout different towns of the world. This is one of them. Well, technically there are three kinds of pubs. This is the only unique pub in the whole game. There's another pub, and there's a second variant of the pub, which we will be encountering very, very soon. Welcome to the Warrior's Honor, which is the name of the pub, by the way. Hello, aren't you a familiar face? So, if you're ever lost, or if you're looking for side quests, come to the pub and get some information and have a little party. No, seriously, do it. Best idea ever. Okay, now that we have all the information that we need, let's head on over to Athlum Castle.
Young master, Rush Sykes has arrived.
Did you learn anything about Arena?
Pagus.
I am Pagus, one of the 4 generals of Athlum.
That is adorable!
As for Miss Arena, I regret to say that we have yet to uncover any new leads. Nevertheless, we have learned 2 interesting facts.
Which are?
1. Some suspicious types were spotted escorting a young girl to the Gastlin Caves.
That's gotta be.
There is such a thing as being too optimistic.
We've also received reports of nocturnal activity near the Robelia Castle ruins.
The ruins have long been a den for petty thieves. What's to say this is any different?
Not what, who. A trusted source informs me that Athlumian soldiers have been seen leaving the ruins.
That certainly is interesting.
Hey, thanks, Pagus. I'll go check out those 2 places right away.
Not so fast, Rush. My generals shall accompany you there. Maintaining the peace and stability of Athlum is our duty. We cannot stand idly by while she is threatened.
What's more, Master Rush is the son of the world-famous Remnant researchers. Naturally, we will do our utmost to aid such an important family.
My apologies. We had your background checked.
I'm used to it. Having famous parents isn't all bad, you know.
It's all right, Emma. Go ahead.
Yes, my lord. I was able to contact the Academy branch in Cella Palais. I informed them that we will be taking care of Rush.
You talked to the Academy? That's a relief and a half. I'd given up trying to get in touch with them. I mean, it's like shouting at a brick wall.
It is a group prone to secrecy.
You're a lifesaver, Emma.
Still, it's uncertain when or if the message will get to the headquarters in Illusion.
Of course it will. Come on, my sister was kidnapped. Even the Academy suits wouldn't keep that from Mom and Dad.
Bear in mind, the Sykes are presently involved in top-level research. It may take some time for them to respond. Until then, I will assist you by any means necessary.
Sounds good to me.
Many young women have disappeared around the Gastlin Caves. At the same time, a seedy group has been seen around the Rebellia ruins. Which will you investigate first? Let's explore the caves first. Yeah, let's head on out. Let's do it. Oh yeah, let's get started. When you take on the Gastlin Caves, Blochter's party will actually join yours, but only for a brief period of time. Another thing I wanted to mention, if you're ever lost in this game and don't know where to go to next, return to Athlum and speak to Lord David. He'll direct you to where you're supposed to go to next. And once again, my stupid controller is having a seizure. One thing I found useful to correct this problem is just to simply exit out of the game and then restart it again. That usually fixes the problem. Okay, enough dilly-dallying around, let's head on out to the Gastlin Caves. Okay, we got the first map, which is the Gastlin Caves Map 1. Usually when you first start the game, you normally get an exchange of dialogue between Rush and Blochter. But in this case, since I'm playing through New Game Plus, that is not the case. Also in the last video, I did mention that you get to keep all special items. You actually don't. There are some special items that you don't get to take with you to the next game.
Let's do this.
And these items are battle-specific items. I'll go over them when the time comes, but right now is not the time to do so, because that will actually spoil the game for something pretty major later. Okay, now we're going to go over combat arts and what they are. Basically, combat arts are physical-based attacks. You use your equipped weapon to attack all enemies within sight using combat arts such as knee splitter and also just plain attacking them too. There are several other combat arts which we will learn later on, but right now we're just going to be concentrating on combat arts and just do what we can to win. Nice overkill.
Come on, let's kick some ass.
So, my opinion on Blochter. His voice actor is okay, but he's not bad. He actually reminds me of someone else in another universe. I wonder who it could be.
Find the computer room!
That's an idea. Okay, let's move on. After this little explanation, sometimes in battle, you'll capture monsters. Monsters can be sold for a pretty good price, and this is a really easy way to make money in this game. And it is actually the best method of making money, in my opinion anyway. However, you can actually split captured monsters and gain some extra components. However, upon doing so, the monster cannot be reassembled and cannot be sold. So keep this in mind when splitting captured monsters. Me, I'm going to keep as many monsters as possible and just try to keep an even number count. Like if I get one of something, I'll keep it anyway, but nonetheless, let us continue. At this point in the game, normally you're not able to use mystic arts, but once you enter the Rebellia ruins, you'll actually gain the ability to do so. That was pretty quick. that's another thing I kind of failed to go over. In the PC version of this game...
How you like that?
Alright, one hit KO. Nice. That wasn't what I wanted to go over though. The other thing I wanted to go over is that the PC version made several fixes, which the console version had. On some loading screens, on the console version, you would get a message displaying, pretty much explaining to you how the game works. However, this has been disabled in the PC version. But, in doing so, they actually made the game run much faster, too.
Sweet!
Alright, learn a new art.
Yeah.
Poison gas 2. Excellent. So, basically how leveling up works in this game, and yeah, I'm gonna keep this battle in too. I might as well. Basically, leveling up doesn't necessarily work in the traditional way as opposed to some other
Come on,
RPGs.
let's kick some ass.
Instead of earning experience, you're... Ooh, sweet! Nice! That was a critical trigger event thing. That occurs during battle sometimes, and you'll primarily see it on the events. And of course, Blocker got killed, which sucks, but whatever. We can recover from this. I know we can. I believe we can win, because our morale is pretty high, which is good.
Keep it together.
Also, Restore. That's another healing ability of which you don't really know at this point in the game. But just thought I'd bring it up anyway. Hang in there, come on. Dang it, shoot, I'm dead. Oh, yes. Ah, dang it. That's another thing with this game too. If all unions fall in battle, it's game over, and you have to return to your previous save point. And frames are dropping in the single digits. That's not good. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, next up, you. Another thing I failed to go over with the critical trigger commands and whatnot. It goes something like this when you're on the offense. When you nail the offensive trigger command successfully, the next person in your union actually gets to attack next. And you keep doing this until, well, you reach the last member of your union, and they will actually deal much more damage, and actually deal critical damage too, which is pretty much 100%. However, the attack can be dodged when it comes to the last person in line. And also, I think if you screw up once, then, the turn order just returns to normal. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Let's go ahead and save this down here. And continue. Now, let us... Alright, we're at the end of the first section, and... Ooh, 3 little girls in a cave.
What are all these girls doing in a place like this?
Who knows?
Oh, man, could it be that? What do you think you're doing?
We're having a sexy party.
So you're that group then? The gang of thugs that's supposed to be running around, slave trading?
Slaves?
Oh, by the way, you're not invited.
We don't have to introduce ourselves to the likes of you.
Now get out of my house before I kick your wee little ass.
Rush, you want a piece too?
Hell yeah! Let's have a party.
Whatever. It's your funeral. Get ready for a beatdown.
Okay, here we go. Our first mission, defeat the slave traders. Whenever missions are happening within battle, the boss's HP is not really indicated, but it's indicated by the orange bar and the question marks. Unlike other enemies when their red bar actually drops, and they're losing health and they're dying, you can actually see that. But when it comes to bosses, you can't really see that until you see them start flashing. When they start flashing, then that means they're about to die, which is really nice. Okay, lower their morale and let's do this.
It's you and me then.
Morale affecting moves, well, they normally don't come into play until a little bit later. But once again, since this is New Game Plus, I can do whatever I please.
Nice!
Bluff is a pretty useful move and really is quite handy in a pinch when it comes to morale boosting.
Not ready.
Okay, already this isn't going well. Okay, let's begin turn 2.
Keep it together!
One thing there we and die. Also the critical hit thing, it doesn't occur when it's like one unit and then a second unit. So unions of 2 can't really execute critical hits when it comes to the critical timing events. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Oh, dang it. Man. Oh well, I'll be right back. Alright, let's give this another try now, shall we? This time we're gonna... Oh, another thing I wanted to go over is these commands with the flashing red square. That usually means you're opening yourself up to a raid lock most of the time. However, there are exceptions to this rule. When you're staying on your toes and preserve battle readiness, usually you can still actually stay in place, but not break deadlock, and not open yourself up to a raid lock. That doesn't happen very often, so yeah, only use it if you really have to. Yeah, attack with Mystic Arts, let's do it. Let's do this. Again.
It's you and me then. Like that!
Ooh, nice hit! Another thing with hard mode in this game that I've learned throughout my last recording session is enemies deal a lot more damage. And also they have slightly less HP. Oh, dang it, not again. Alright. Okay, we gotta stop screwing around. Keep your HP up, because we need it.
Keep it together!
Finish them all. There we are. That's the end of that group. Now it's time for the boss. Kind of.
They're flanking us?
Yes, they are. Dang it, down to 36. Oh, another thing. If you happen to... No, I'm saying the wrong thing again. If you happen to switch targets, that'll also break deadlock. And by default, whenever you're breaking deadlock, it'll actually give you a little warning. And you can actually turn off this warning if you wish at any time. Okay, stupid camera, stop spazzing out. Okay, what to do, what to do. Alright, let's take a chance and pray to God we survive this attack. Excellent.
What are you doing?
Whew, alright. I pretty much got our HP back. Got it back up to speed. Ooh, alright. That's another thing. Sometimes, No, I'm saying something wrong again. Depending on the situation and depending on your morale overall, the music will actually change depending on your situation. In this case, since my morale is pretty low, the music actually changed to a more negative tone. But despite this, you really shouldn't give up, no matter what. Also, another thing, once you defeat the boss, then that's it, you win. And you don't have to worry about the other union ruining your day. Okay, here we go. Let's give this another try. Oh, which I did. Let's deal more damage. Ooh.
Stay down!
Ooh, that was close. Alright, come on. Let's do this again. Come on, give me... Dang it! Alright, I'm gonna cut to the successful attempt. See you guys soon. There we go! Much better!
Boys! Yeah,
Whew.
like that.
Dang, man. 4 attempts, but whatever. Worth it. Get your HP up and, yeah, just party. Have fun. Okay, I guess I'll go over item arts. Item arts refer to certain things like restoration herbs and stuff like that. And they usually, you know, restore HP or restore status ailments. Another thing, depending on the situation and the union's morale, you can actually unleash a special attack, depending on who the leader is in a particular union. Rush, for example, has the Omni Strike, and if his union's morale is up high, you can actually unleash it. So let's do so! Let's end this now! Bam! He is freaking dead. And that is the end. That's all she wrote. Whew, that took way too long, but whatever. Who cares? I'm done. What do you have to say, man? I don't know how to thank you and Master Lord Blockter enough. Ooh, I know a way. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yakishimash, I am a little girl. And to end this, just talk to Blockter. So, from the look of your face, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I know, I failed. Couldn't find Dorina. She's not here. Boo-hoo, we're all sad. Now we can go home. A very easy way to exit out of any dungeon is to use these teleporters. Teleporters are placed throughout different locations throughout each dungeon, or cave, or wherever you're exploring. However, upon using these teleporters, if you're in the middle of a side quest, this will end the side quest. So, yeah, don't use these if you're in the middle of a side quest. But other times, if you're training, or if the freaking controller's spazzing out on you, come on! God damn. Alright, let's go. Dang it, stupid things going in single digits again. I need to end this. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. Problem still consisting. Don't know why this is happening, but it is. Somehow my frame rate upon the video itself is dropping to single digits. But now it seems to be going back up after like 2 or 3 tries. But whatever, I don't care. Let's just return to Athlum and get our next task. Next up, Athlum Castle.